Hey folks, Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU here for another Monster Train run. We narrowly lost last time around. We had a deck that could very easily beat Seraph, but we could not beat 190 HP units. Alright, hard mode, huh? Cleanse units of effects which don't benefit Seraph. So we have enablers for offering cards. We have a little extra card draw. Actually, we have a lot of extra card draw. Alright. So, just for reference, in case you haven't seen this, when you're thinking about things that are going to get cleansed by Seraph, the stuff in green here is the stuff that's going to get cleansed. This is Jorbs, J-O-R-B-S. This is Jorbs' sort of like Monster Train Master Sheet. So our regen and spikes are the big things that we're going to be looking at losing to Seraph. Which one's primary here? Alright, Awoken is primary. Am I going to need more time to kill units before they go to the fire? Maybe. So this is like a lot of damage mitigation over the course of a run when we take this like on floor 1. It's very good against multi-strike bosses. It's really early for me to know whether or not like this is going to be good or detrimental to our deck. So like there are going to be times when we that actively want the fire to kill things, and this stops that. I think I'm just going to take the Winged Indulgence. Alright, I think the Revenge one is largely unplayable, so let's take a Spice, which gets cleansed by Seraph. So solving Seraph is the problem of the run at this point. Get to sting and kill a lot of enemies. Probably do this. We prefer that the pyre not take any damage. It's possible though. We solved that. I guess I am. Guess this is the problem of taking this challenge this early on. So this is 8, 16, 21 damage, so I can double regen and keep this alive. Or I put a Train Steward in front, take 8 here. But then I don't kill this unit. Need to kill you. You don't need to kill you. I'm hoping that, like, I'm just gonna get through you via normal means. Let's play this, and then leave myself with the greatest number of options for what to do. Get rid of that, I think. I think we go restore, kill, hit, and then the question is, like, where is this Train Steward going? Probably behind this. That's inconvenient for me. Alright, so I am taking 12 in this first go through. So I need to play one of these at the very least. This is take 12, go to 1, go up to 4. Go up to 4, go up to 5, 6, so this is worth a considerable amount of damage. I can't kill you, but I can make it so you only get one hit on the pyre. I need to do more damage to you. So train stewards on their own are only worth 5 points of damage, so like a frozen lance is worth more than a train steward. Unless I get another train steward, in which case they're worth considerably more. If I hit one of the 2 remaining train stewards, a train steward on this next floor is worth more, but then the pyre takes 5 more damage if I don't frozen lance this. So the best world for me is the world in which I draw 2 different train stewards next turn. I draw half of my deck, but it's pretty unlikely that I hit both train stewards. I'll let the pyre take additional damage and try to make sure that I actually kill the boss without the boss getting to the pyre. Alright, cool. The 1 regen is worth 10 more damage. Same is not true of the next regen, though. So a frozen lance is worth more than a train steward on the next floor. I think unfortunately our boss is getting to the fire. But 1 hit. We took more pyre damage than I would like. Hopefully this is a good unit pick to make it worth it. We have no ability to interact with rear units as of right now. We're very good at hitting front units between Frozen Lance and Thing, so I'm going to take a Vine Grasp here. Restoration Detonation is a card that I'm almost certainly going to want in this run, but I don't think I can take it over the Vine Grasp when I have no ability to interact with back units yet. And a Crypt Builder as something to do with our offering tokens, so it's great. The Lodestone Totem is like a way to win the end game. You just like take one of those and you play a whole bunch of spells and you sap the boss so that it doesn't effectively do any damage. But can I take it right here when I'm being offered something that like helps one of my primary problems? Let's take a look at this. We're gonna go to an Awoken Banner for Merchant of Steel. So we're looking to get something that like maybe tanks and does something with regen, like Thorned Hollow or Awoken One. I want this quite badly, and it's also a rare. Just in case you haven't noticed this, blue gems are uncommons, whitish, grayish gems are commons, and purple is rare. So I probably don't get another chance at taking this. Whereas, like, I have multiple different sweep units that I could be offered, and like a Cold Kylea would be better. I'm going to do something that's bad for me in the short term, but good for me in the long term, and hope that I get a really good pick here. This is a bad shot that we probably have to reroll. It's good if we pick up a sweep unit, though. Sweep unit with quick is kind of the dream. So, like, are there worlds where I'm playing this in front? Probably not. Like, the Sentient is going to be the tank for my sweep unit. And that's true even if it's a small floor. So accordingly, I should probably take the one that grows. Especially given this quick. Yeah. Incant and armor on this is potentially good. Like whatever floor this is on, which is hopefully a large floor with Sentient and Shattered Shell as of right now. I don't know, like maybe that's not worth the gold. I'm gonna say that's not worth the gold. Unit draft is great. Let me look at the next floor here. So we're not ready for a duplication event yet. I do want another unit. This is probably a time where, like, my sweep unit is so good, if I let it scale, that I pass on this unit, this draft reward, because, like, it's good against my spikes, it's good against my sweep. And I already took a lot of fire damage in Fight 1. And I'm not dealing with fire next floor. Alright, so this is a large floor, so we're good. This is a strange interaction of, like, this sap versus incant thing. Let's see if we can hit our sweet creature. That would be so sick here. Negative. Veteran Steward. Hit ya. And who do I want, like, actually dead? Oh ho ho! So you don't actually attack for 0 since you don't have an attack stat now, so now you don't kill yourself on spikes. Dead. Close on which one of those back units I'm actually supposed to hit. Alright, well. That's important for long-term prospects. Are you getting to the fire? So, we're going to be at 40 next floor. And Crypt Builder is in this hand. I don't have a way to discard it. You're probably getting to the fire. And you're potentially getting to hit the fire twice. But you're sapped pretty heavily? I think that's okay. I'd rather work on getting this one potentially dead. It going to 45 is inconvenient because that means you do one more fire hit. So you're going to go down to sap 3, which means you hit for 1, and then you hit for 3, and then you hit for 5. So this will be worth it, right? 40? Yeah, okay. So that's good. Okay. Then I think we just make sure I kill the boss next time. Oh, we're not even close. Hopefully our sap gets us there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uncomfortable. Bailed out. So any fight where we don't get Shattered Shell down on turn 1 is going to end up being super awkward. This probably needs to go on my quick sweep unit. I think I need to take this for scaling. Going to a Merchant of Magic on floor 3, I believe. Damn. So this would be my first source of Frostbite. I don't think it's super valuable other than the fact that like it's an offering to use with my offering tokens, and the stings make it more likely that I can actually assemble this. So in some turns this is like free sweep and a considerable amount of damage. I don't have spell weakness or anything to really make Helical Crystallis shine. That's a card that's better when you're Stygian primary. This helps with large units. This helps with smaller units and bosses. Upgrading this with spell power is pretty good. Upgrading something like this with holdover is interesting. I'm also kind of poor, so I don't get to reroll the shop. Just like whatever happens, happens at that shop. I think I could use a little extra oomph. I currently feel like this run is going to end in an early defeat. We'll see if the Caverns really does something to power up our deck. Double stack that would be great. So we're probably doing magic power and cost reduction on helical crystals or cost reduction on Crypt Builder. These are not the units that we're looking for. I don't want an unupgraded Husk Hermit. And like we missed on things like Thorned Hollow and Awoken one here. I'm not super fond of Wilting's Sapwood. Like, the amount of energy that we can gain from it is pretty cool. But I don't see us winning the run by like building a floor around this or anything, so I'm going to take the gold here, begrudgingly. I'm just going to get to purge something here, probably a Train Steward. I haven't purged any of those yet. Train Steward is like legitimately good for the next fight. Double barrel. Alright, so I think Helical Crystallis gets the upgrade here. And I think I'm just going to play it every single time that I draw it. I can reroll the shop and get one upgrade. I don't think that's fantastic. I'm gonna try to purge another normal Train Steward. I don't know if I make it through this fight, honestly. I took too much fire damage in fight 1 doing the challenge. Alright, this is a small floor, which means that I need to set up my primary stuff on floor 2. That needs to go there, and I don't need to kill any of these units because quick and sweep kills them for me. I just don't want a barrel to spawn right here. then I can kill that unit. These will get killed by sweep next turn. And I guess I can play a Train Steward on the top floor, just like get it out there. Quick, doing serious work here. If I hit Crypt Builder, I would like to cast this on the bottom floor. I did not. So the problem is when the bomb spawns on this floor, and I miss out on... What am I taking note? Quick! Oh, we had to sap the boss so many times this turn. Holy crap. I really hope Daedalus doesn't spawn with one iteration of the fight. I think I lose for setting up on the middle floor if that is the case. Crypt Builder is in the pile. Ugh. Haste skipping my middle floor is devastating. I might lose this fight. Okay, Daedalus does not spawn with one, so we're good. So, this kills you. And I think the regen here is potentially valuable. Fire's not dead. Fire's not dead. I save the fire some health. 25. Means that this. Okay, are you dead? No, not even close. But we can sap you a bunch and change that, I think. Maybe I'm not changing that. That's maybe good enough. Crypt Builder or Helical Crystallis gets a kill. Alright, video is not ending early today. We are continuing on, but we have some issues. What is floor 4 looking like? Do I have a unit that I need to upgrade? I can upgrade Lodestone Totem. Yep, that's not good. So we're not going right, we're going left for remove a unit and an artifact. This might be a Siren's Song pick. Siren's Song and Ancient Synergy are both good here. Ancient Synergy is the sort of thing that is like always going to be good. It's less useful since I already have an upgraded Helical Crystallis. This is the sort of thing where, like, if some stuff slips through my sweep unit early on, the fire can finish it off. I think short term this keeps my pyro alive, so I'm gonna pick it. Alright, do I have a floor 5 Merchant of Steel that I can go to? Yes. The plan is get a good defensive unit, pick a good offensive unit, and then like go ham on this Merchant of Steel. So I think we will take this. It's gonna suck for the next fight, but hopefully it bails us out after that. My stings are giving me a ton of card draw. Like, I effectively have 5 stings in my deck. I'm just going to take energy to do things with the sting draws. Alright. Spikes 20. Yes, please. Now, like, order of operations here is kind of interesting. I think I'm going to take my unit first. Okay, I got a defensive unit like I wanted. Split Anvil seems great here. So we play something like Crypt Builder or Helical Crystallis, and the rest of our hand, minus creatures, is free. Split Anvil probably gets us a lot of energy over the course of the run. Okay, I am not sure that we're going to get to take whatever challenge we're about to be offered. This one we can maybe take. Okay, these units are going to get swept. I think I can take this. Like, the safer play is obviously not to take it. It's a little sketchy if I whiff on certain cards. My top floor is... Not awkward if I play this, though. I can Crypt Builder, just crush that unit, make these 2 cards free, play this so the spikes kills you. Titan Sentry now becomes the floor 2 play. Actually, I just Frozen Lance and kill you now that, like, there's nothing else in the way. Yeah, okay. Not nearly as bad as I thought. Yeah, that was awkward, but you don't have attack power anyway. Order of operation. So, like, 100% this is going on this floor. I do this to give me greatest degree of flexibility. Yeah. Probably that. So the quick kills you. I don't need to kill you with a Vine Grasp. That means I'm killing you with a Vine Grasp and hitting you relatively hard. This would have been a great turn to draw our sap, but that is what it is. Ah, there you are. Okay. So, get in here, little buddy. Let's see if we draw the Crypt Builder. We do not. Probably just gonna junk a Frozen here. I'd rather double regen on my champion than hit a touch harder. So this is getting enhanced. Ding, ding. You're worth playing on this floor. Alright, don't even take any damage that turn. Good stuff. So like now I'd like to enhance you with the next Razor or whatever it's called. Razor Sharp Edge. This unit could make it to the pyre, and I didn't draw the right thing to answer it. That's okay. I'm gonna deal 50 damage with Frozen Lances? Probably not. Helical Crystallis kills it on its own. Get sap on this floor. Thank you. There you are. I can also just Siren Song you, right? Yeah. Play an offering token on this floor. You're taking 36. So this kills you. This kills you. Do that. How we doing? Okay. We'll see how much our staff does to changing these numbers. Like, this is kind of a turn where the hand plays itself. We just cast all the spells and see what happens. Looks like we're making it through. Good stuff. Glad that we have money to make this next merchant really worth it. Bramble Lash. Bramble Lash solves the problem of how do we kill big units. Our champion currently has 20 spikes, I think, so this is currently 200 damage for 2. Absolutely. Guardian Stone is a good pickup, but will make some of my opening hands a little bit worse if I take it. Dazed is also potentially awkward with my spikes. And my revenge. I don't know that I'm supposed to take this, so I think it's this or nothing. I'm gonna go ahead and take it. This Merchant of Steel needs to be pretty good. We have a lot of money to make it good. Large Stone. So if I want... So Animus of Will plus Titan Sentry, one way or another, is now going to become 4. So the Animus of Will with 43 HP can kind of tank on its own. Kind of weird to put it behind the less tanky Titan Sentry, but hopefully we can roll this shop and give it HP. I think like this plus this is just too good to pass up on. I think that's going to be worth it. And no? But like Titan Sentry just needs health here. And the question is like, what is this going on? So putting it on this means that it's more likely to get kills. Because some units start with 5 health. This is a pretty relevant upgrade. Not the plus 10 that we would want on it, like we'd prefer just a plus 10 attack, but it was more important to put that on our Animus. I don't think Endless does anything good enough that I'm willing to pay gold for that here. I still have... Yeah, I still have removal out here. So like now it's time to get some Frozen Lances out since all my Train Stewards are gone. Floor 5, what does 6 look like? Floor 6 could go either way. So like, Bramble Lash with Holdover is sweet. I still definitely have some spells that I could use to power up. So I'm probably going to... Well, I may be going to the Merchant of Magic. But it depends on how much fire damage I take in this next fight. So to stay flexible, I'm not going to spend any gold here on just like removing a card, when I might be removing 2 Frozen Lances anyway next war. Stealth is awkward. So the stealth units that I'm going to face mean that I want my sweeper set up on floor 2. Floor 2 should look like sentient plus usual stuff. Floor 3 is probably the Animus. So So if the units that appear have stealth, the pyre takes a good amount of damage. This is kind of a weird one. Because, like, we have Siren Song and a bunch of stings that can bail us out. I think I'm going to roll with this and try to do it. We'll see if it works out. Ah, not stealthy. Cool. We missed our sweep unit on turn 1, which is kind of a big deal. Multi-striker is super weird. So all of these units are going to kill themselves on the sentient. That is the plan. So the question is, like, what am I doing with this Animus of Will? It might be that, like, this is the unit that is going to absorb. No, I really want this as a floor 2 unit. So I need 5 space to do something effective with Sentient. I can stop all of my fire damage in one of 2 ways. It's by stinging this floor. Alright, so maybe this makes sense. We do this, we sting this floor. Play the Lodestone Totem here, and we play the Animus on the top floor, where the boss is guaranteed to be out of stealth. Oh no! The sap keeps it from attacking. Okay. This is recoverable, but the pyre takes a somewhat large hit. Unless I get kind of weird. So this thing needs to go on this floor. I need it to get these kills. And grow for the boss. Shark's going to go on the bottom floor and stack Frostbite on the boss. So the question is, what do I do with my remaining energy? And it's probably try to stop the pyre from taking a hit. So I can play one thing here. And then this takes more damage, but nothing gets through to the pyre. I missed the Collector, which sucks. And then I can just get a little bit of regen back up on you, I suppose. I really have to, like, internalize the fact that we're... Go top floor. Do I have an offering left in here? I don't have an offering left in here. So... The Siren Song is not getting played this turn, we just discard that. So, you could become a tank here, but I really need to do something about 8 turns worth of stealth. Right now, it's... The boss hits this. And then I get nothing out of my heavily scaled sweep unit. Then my sweep unit gets to scale less if I play Titan Sentry this turn, which sucks, but I think it's what I'm doing. And then these are going here, so that I have an easier chance at getting a kill on this next turn with my quick sweep. Armor time for you. There's a Stinger Vine Grasp left. I am currently taking a hit. So let's do this. This is probably the worst card here. 31. If I enhance you, you actually do get a kill on this. Get to scale again. That is probably as good as putting this up here. Alright, so this is already dead. I can save 13 health on this. Kill Crystallis on this kills one of these front units. That's fine. I'm not going to be able to kill both of those in the same turn cycle. And then I probably need to look at building some armor on this floor. I could put it down here, though, and, like, try to live through the boss. You're at 46, so you're not currently dying. I want you to die. This. So I need to do like 11-ish damage. About 9. Does 9 work? So you're at 46. 34 puts you at 12. No. Frozen Lance plus Vine Grass doesn't do it. The Bramble card is overkill. Riftbreaker is overkill. Okay, so keeping that in mind, I want to play this turn in a way that maximizes my health for future floor. And that might be the armor that's going on here. Because like every frostbite hit is worth a decent amount on the next floor. You can go like 1. Can't play this without a target, so that is going here. You can play Bramble Lash and Rose Lance floor, which is worth 2 armor. But playing 2 spells on this floor is worth more than that. Okay. We're dealing 84 here. So it's... This is probably a map turn. So I have 61 health on my front unit as ring. I take 13 in the first turn cycle, that puts me to 48. I take 12 in the next cycle, which is 36. So a single spell on this floor buys 1 more turn. Ah, okay, I did something wrong. So let's start again from 62. The 62, it's... Oh, shoot, the Extinguish. Okay. So it's 13 in that first turn cycle, and then it's 14 every turn cycle after that. So 14 to 35 to 21 to 7. So I need 8 more health on this floor to do anything that matters, and I'm not going to get that. That means my energy should be spent on this floor instead. Yep. Slightly awkward, but I think we're fine. Yeah, these are probably stats where we're A-okay with everything that's happening. Good stuff. Remind me what 4-6 is. Probably Merchant of Magic. I have I have double cost reduction on Cycle of Life. That's okay scaling. Cycle of Life is a little expensive for what it does. And I also don't have, like, healing for Sentient as of right now. But when enemies start hitting much harder, I run into some problems. And I haven't been paying attention to Anvil. I hope I haven't made any egregious errors regarding that. But, like, maybe that means I should just take a Cycle of Life, even if it's expensive, because it's gonna make the rest of my spells free. And, like, be more aware of that for the future. Make everything except Crypt Builder free. Yeah, try it. Again, Dazed is really awkward with my Spike and Revenge units. I probably have room for a Mollusk Mage. Whether or not it's good is an entirely different question. Like, 7 magic power on Stings or Helical Crystallis is certainly good. And I guess 7 magic power on Restores is respectable as well. Alright. Let's try it. So, just a moment ago I was talking about, like, doing cost reduction or something, Cycle of Life. But, like, if I treat Cycle of Life and Crypt Builder as, like, Ember reduction spells, I actually don't want to make Ember. Holdover on Bramble Lash would be kind of sweet. What am I going to have trouble with right now? Have sort of a lack of healing. Hitting an artifact that makes my stings better is kind of insane. And I'm probably going to a Merchant of Magic next floor anyway. I think I'm going to pivot the plan and go left. Let's take a look here. Yeah. Yeah, these are good. Let's see what happens here first. Yeah. Money is great because we have, like, fantastic artifacts in the shop. So at 540, we can buy both Thorn Casing and Totem Fragment. So our stings are much better, and big units that slip through our initial floors can be finished off by spells. That's very strong. So, I think we're in okay shape if we make it through Fel. The Rage Fel is maybe the one that we didn't want to see, because health is kind of valuable as of right now. That's a rough turn 1. So I don't just want to play the Sentient out into all of this damage if I can avoid it, but doing so means that I get a ton of sap on Fel. Like, I'm doing it. This is not, like, quote-unquote, the plan. I'm thinking about this Vine Grasp and whether or not we move this unit to the front. I can stack more damage on it, because, like, this thing probably kills itself over the course of a turn or two. There's also a world where I Vine Grasp this to just save 14 life on this unit, which also seems pretty irrelevant. Yeah, let's do that. Where's my quick sweep? Not here. 2 space, right? It is 2 space. Okay. Taking 38 on this floor as of right now. The Animus needs to go on one of these remaining floors, and I need to ask myself what is going with it. Like, what do the other floors look like? So I have Guardian Stone and Titan Sentry left. Shattered Shell is going on one. Titan Sentry. I also might just make one super floor at the top. No, I have 5 space, so I can't do that. But one of these needs to be by itself, and one of them needs Sentry. The Sentry is better on floor 2. So this is going to go here. The spell weakness plus Mollusk Mage stuff is best on this top floor. Do I Razor Sharp Edge you? Do I Helical Crystallis this out of the way now so that I can get the more likely kill on this next turn? Flash, do I need to do something on this floor? Like, the Sting is going here for sap reasons. I need like a full heal card pretty badly. Also, I really hope I didn't miss this Blade Anvil thing this turn. I like need to pay more attention to that. I think that needs to happen. And probably need to mitigate damage on this bottom floor. Okay, here's some. You're going to the fire, but that's okay. Do have a Crypt Builder that I can draw. This is probably happening on this floor. Alright, so Quick Sweep finally comes around. Ah, you have Sweep yourself. No, I can just play one more spell on this floor and then no longer an issue. Okay, cool. So now this is coming here. And which of you gets the incant for? Probably top floor. Like, protecting you is valuable. Alright, this is a nuke. Crypt Builder is also a nuke. So now, Anvil. I'm gonna get Crypt Builder and Bramble Lash this turn. Bramble Lash will kill this unit. So I should play Crypt Builder on a different floor. Save 18 life by doing this, or I can like actually try to kill this statue at some point in this run. I don't think I'm actually killing this statue at any point. 61 is actually a very convenient number though. It saves a good amount of life. Question of who am I building up more? Do I want you to survive for spikes, or do I want you to survive for just hitting for 60 per iteration? It is... The next turn I draw Cycle of Life, which is 10 health, and some more spikes. The question is, like... Tap on the boss there is potentially pretty valuable. I just want to, like, spam that. Oh, this is not great. I'm going to Cycle of Life and make everything else that's in my hand free. Let's see if we can make stuff survive on this floor. I can't scroll up now to see my top floor. I don't remember if I need to play Siren Song. I think I need to play Siren Song. Yes. Phase 3 is 9 damage to you. Now I can deal 70 to you. Still quite keeping this alive. Still not quite getting a kill with this. Alright, it is what it is. Confirm days 3. Yeah, that's... Fire's just killing you. Or does it matter if I kill you, hit you harder instead? That good potential. I don't know if I win this fight. I think I'm taking a lot of damage here. Not doing a great job of incanting enough to actually get through. I guess now I don't have reasons to incant on floor 1. Lost my sap unit to sweep. So maybe that means my stand is now on this floor. And like whatever damage I do with spikes is great, but I have to hope that like Frostbite plus surviving on this floor is good enough. This is better first. Free Crypt Builder. Probably happens on this floor. Drawing Bramble Lash made that play super awkward because like now we Bramble Lash and that, and I can't quite get this out of the way. And Bramble Lash does basically nothing up here, right? I don't have spikes on you or anything. Yeah. So all this does is save health on this creature, which is I guess fine. Your 45 life is like 1 point of life away from me getting a Slay trigger. So. One point of armor up here is maybe a deal breaker. 176, huh? So you're hitting in... You're hitting in stacks of 18. Not really doing much to you, and like this floor is not great either. Alright, so obvious plays. Can't really, like, you're at full health and you're not losing any health. Like, this probably makes sense. And just giving you the armor here also probably makes sense. Yeah, a full heal card would have been great. Do I have an offering card to hit? I do not have an offering card to hit, so I can play this on this floor for the armor. Now, Bramble Lash does nothing, because I'm going to play Cycle of Life on the top floor this turn. So yeah, you are hitting for 18. You're gonna get a little bit of frostbite. So regen, regen. 54, 72 is the next threshold. I'm currently at 62. Need to gain 10 health in order to survive one more iteration. This is 2. It's possible with stings that to get there. I'm drawing 6 cards next turn though, so I'm only getting 6 of these. And Siren Song is a miss next turn. So I need damage. Oh yeah, not even close. Yep. That seems like a big old L to me. Alright. So let's figure out what all went wrong here. We were trying to rely on Shattered Shell to scale, and it didn't scale particularly well, since we didn't draw it early on in that fight. So that was problem 1. And once it couldn't take out some of the units that were being summoned, that left me in kind of an awkward situation. The Titan Sentry floor ended up kind of sucking in this fight. Like, I just kind of left it there. And while it wasn't dying, it was only doing 3 damage on that floor every iteration. So that was problematic. We were pretty good in terms of like card draw and energy, but not quite good enough in terms of damage and scaling. So a full heal card would have gone a long way in helping to like keep the sentient and my other units alive. He had a little bit of trouble with, but like maybe passing on the early restoration detonation ended up costing me quite a bit. I took the Lodestone Totem over it, and the Lodestone Totem, because of how the algorithm works for drawing, was often in my opening hand rather than my Shattered Shell. So maybe I was too greedy in taking the early Lodestone Golem, or Lodestone Totem, and I should have just passed on that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, we lost that one, and that is what it is. Like, there were definitely decisions that I could have made differently that caused this run to go in different directions. So, like, I don't feel like this was a bad seed or anything. I probably could have played this one better. Alright, folks, I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, let me know. Leave some comments. I'll see you all next week.